far as I remember, last time, roughly what's going on right now, you've entered the Wind Swirls. Roughly what's going on right now, you've entered the Wind Swirls. Roughly what's going on right now, you've entered the Wind. Okay. Roughly right now, you've entered the Wind Swirls to get to Ophelion, more or less.
Yep.
There's a war to the north. You have to make a deal with her, which is probably going to cost the life of Afonso and Ditzer. But there are things that must be done, and so currently you're going through the process of trying to reach her. You had went through the small town of Compton, which kind of went sour when your squire, Alan Moria, ended up getting accused and trapped in a trial of sorts for stealing your cards, which obviously didn't.
Can't believe you stole those.
Ending that session off, you were saved by basically the terrorists of this region, a bunch of little pygmy gnomes.
Freedom fighters.
Yes, but as far as they're called, monsters of terror. Flying squirrels and pygmy riders, and one particular squirrel is Sir Basil. It's night, and they lead you to their little safe zone, which is the high elf town or city called Aandrith. And you go there, you meet the leader, Pothrin, and you end up talking to him for a while about the situation here, and you make a deal with him for his support and getting you to Fort Zyron and giving you some items in case things go sour, or if you decide to sneak in, some items to help you with that. And those items are, I believe they were like acorns that shrink you, and something else that, I can't remember exactly what that item was, that made you basically invisible to those ethereal weapons. So doing that, you made a deal with him for those. In exchange for whenever you take over as basically emperor and stuff of this, that they have control over archives and libraries and access to the archives of basically this nation. So they kind of strong-armed you a little bit, but in the end, it didn't seem that bad of a thing. And that's kind of where we ended off. You making that deal and deciding you were going to request a lawyer, a defense attorney for this case that you've missed, Hawkins. But you decided that's the way you're going to get to Fort Zyron. You're going to do that, and they're going to basically come. You use that as a way to get in, and I think ultimately you had a choice of either sneaking in there, or like trying to break out of here, or actually going to Devil Court and risking not finding Ophelion there. So that's a decision you have to make. I believe most of you are planning on going to Devil Court, be it risky or not. That's currently the situation. You're looking to get a defense attorney.
I just really want to do Devil Court, to be honest.
I know you just.
Ever since we started this arc, Devil Court has been the goal.
So currently what you all are doing, you're currently leaving the illusionary barrier of Aandrith, and that's where you're going to basically verbally request a lawyer for a defense attorney for this case, and you're gonna do it outside the city so it doesn't like alert them to, where the high elves are hiding out. So you guys are currently in the process of making some distance. In tow with you is Sir Basil, the very knightly last of the Red Petal Knights turned by the Dreamwalker into a squirrel. He has decided to come along with you, for better or worse. And that's our recap. That's where we are. You guys can talk and do whatever you like, but the main thing is waiting for Hawkins to verbally ask for what you would call it, a defense attorney. But you guys are free to do whatever.
I guess we should get some distance between us and them, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Right? Is that a good idea?
Sounds like a mighty idea to me.
Yes, it's most definitely the best idea.
Perfect. I break into a sprint.
Yeah.
I run to the sun.
I spawn a horse underneath me.
Yeah.
You can. You literally have the spells to do that, I think, Leroy.
Yeah.
He widowy spawns a friggin'
I would have spawned a stallion, and I would run off into the wind behind. I leave it behind.
What am I looking for?
I fly away and live often by myself.
But actually,
in
I do
isolation.
something way cooler than you guys do.
I'm off to make out with the sun. See you later.
All right. Given enough time, you guys do make enough distance to where Sir Basil basically says this is probably fine. It's probably far enough.
Okay.
And for anything like that.
All right.
Well, this is it.
All right. This is kind of. So, I guess we should get our story straight, right? Before we get a devil involved.
I mean, he's still still your lawyer. I mean, he's got to defend you, right?
I mean, yeah, but if he sees us break the law, then he kind of has to tell on us, I think.
Wait, I thought I was going to be the lawyer.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I
also thought that.
I believe you had made that statement earlier, and then there was like a law that came up that for like impersonating a lawyer or like not being a proper lawyer.
I'm not impersonating a lawyer. I am a lawyer.
No.
I am.
No, I don't think you are here.
No, look at me.
Did you pass the bar?
I'm just like standing there with a fucking big sword in my hand. Look at me. I'm a lawyer.
Do you know what a lawyer is?
I dubbed the. No, I have no idea. No, I know what a lawyer is.
Sir Michael Gar, I think you should be the best lawyer.
Yep. Listen to this
Sorry,
guy.
kiss ass.
Hey, don't call him that. He almost died because of his own stupidity.
Exactly.
Yeah, only because of that.
Yes.
No other reason at all.
Nobody else was involved.
You better not be insinuating something. Fucking glares with one eyebrow up.
But
Yeah.
him never.
No.
Sir Alan Moya now has a token as well. It's in between all of you.
Oh boy.
Given a month's time, he finally has a token.
So
Pretty normal guy.
So I'm not gonna be the lawyer.
So you're gonna.
I don't see you can try.
We're not going to have a team, you know? Maybe you can't be, on the ticket as a lawyer, but you could always be like what do they call it? You could like consult.
Like
I don't know.
Consultant.
I love the idea of all of it being entirely up to me, and no one else can do anything but me. And then it goes really well, you know.
See, I just can't agree with you personally.
I think that I care so much for my leader and my emperor of the entire planet, Hawkins, and I think that I should be able to keep you safe, not this who's gonna fucking represent for you. I mean, sorry about language.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I think it's fine now.
Yeah,
I can curse now.
Now maybe. I don't know.
I guess we have to.
You
We at
guys
least
do
have to
currently
pretend to blend in.
You do currently have the blessing of the High Elves, so you don't have to worry about breaking laws right now. They can't.
Yeah, but if we're in
blades aren't gonna see you.
public and then we start cursing,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
then it's gonna be kind of obvious.
Yeah, but like right now, as you said, yeah, you don't have to worry about laws.
Balls. Yes. Anyway.
Is balls
Cock.
a swear?
Who's gonna
That's
be
a
your
swear.
lawyer then, huh?
I guess
Well,
we have
I
to
guess-
find out. I mean,
We'll
Let's
find out.
find out.
If they look
If I get
stupid,
to pick,
I'm
if
gonna
I get
take
to
them out and
pick,
steal their clothes.
you lot will be my lawyer collectively.
Nope,
if I can
just me.
choose.
what's your story gonna
Alright.
be, Hawkins?
Well, I guess it's the truth. To be honest, I think it was an unlawful court case. I don't think I deserve to be punished.
You
And
tried to
hopefully
steal
if it
someone's
wouldn't-
head. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, you
but
did.
it's like if I
was the crime
stole a
for?
head in Azerbaijan, and
What?
you couldn't. Oh, that's a country across the sea.
Oh, I thought that was a
off
type of the pasta.
Yeah. Anyways, continue.
Anyway, if I broke a law in one place, I couldn't be made illegal. So you can't convict me in a different place where it didn't happen. It had nothing to do with it.
Well, you broke the law in her domain.
No, I broke the law in our domain.
There's actually in Galver's domain, but
Then
you're
Well,
technically part of.
in his property, but it wasn't. It was in Kadoy.
okay. You think a devil cares about that, or
That
I
is
think-
true.
Why would
It-
it condemn us of
laws-
a
To
crime?
be fair, if
it's
Hawkins
in
is
their
the
domain?
Emperor of Kadoy, but he breaks the law in Kadoy, that doesn't really make sense.
The thing
At the
is,
time, I
He
wasn't,
could
and I'm
make
not
the law.
still. I'm not technically now. Sorry, food.
The thing is, like, you say that you're right, but like, imagine you went to, I don't know, let's say Germany, and you broke a law, and like you leave, and they send you like
It's
come back.
extradition.
They come back. They send a thing and say come back for court. If you don't go back to Germany, they're not going to do anything to you if it's not major. But you've actively went to Germany by coming here, so now you have to face the consequences of going on trial for this.
I did it.
Like,
Dude, how
you,
this?
you went back to where she
How
is
this-
now, or
okay.
this is entirely your fault.
There's
How
no
this
else where I
was-
steal something in here in the UK and then Germany arrests me for it.
No. They.
But we weren't in the UK. We were in someone else's.
Well, that's like you stole
territory.
it in the UK, but Germany decided to like saw it and said you have a court date in Germany. It's bullshit.
No, it's
So
more
there's no
like
legal
he
precedent
stole
for-
something from
How
the
this is-
German embassy in the UK.
I don't
Oh,
think
true.
that's true, man.
But also,
I don't
like
think
how
it's
this was
true.
explained, it sounded like we had to go, like no matter what. Because I was like, otherwise, why the fuck would we come here? Why do we
Well, we're
care?
going
And
to,
I
like,
wasn't
Well,
served.
to Miguel Vera,
you
or
came
to
here because of
Ophelia.
for a different reason. You didn't even come here for
We-
this reason. You came here under Afonso's orders to like make a deal with Ophelion. The court case is just like you're now using to your benefit.
Okay.
Yeah.
God. Yep.
Anyway, you guys are right in saying like it's bullshit, but let's be real here.
I don't think it's bullshit.
We want to do it anyway, so
Well, no, it's
No matter.
bullshit, but
I think
also
it is.
they're the ones in charge here, so who knows
Yeah,
what the fuck
exactly.
they think.
So what are they gonna
Like,
just say?
their
What-
rules.
are we just gonna fucking go in? And they're just like, we're gonna say, this is why we did nothing wrong, and they're gonna be like, no, I'm a devil. Like,
Well,
what is
well,
gonna
that-
happen?
We got to figure that out by getting our lawyer first.
Yeah, that's why you have a lawyer who's gonna help you.
No, that's why
Alright,
I'm
you know
gonna
what?
do it.
We need to listen to this lawyer. If they know what they're doing, they know the laws. We need to at least listen to them.
How do we know they're not colluding with all the other devils?
That's a risk you have to take.
That's a good point.
That is a good point.
Devils would probably want to devil all over the place, you know?
But if
Well,
there's
I
devil
don't- oh,
court,
oh.
that implies that
um,
other devils have to go to devil court. So
Who read that big book of information? Who was it who was studying that?
Me.
It was the only
Um,
one that can read.
Oh yeah, Neelam, you know, like while they're worried right now about maybe the devil colluding is possible, the devils have more to gain by like winning cases themselves. Like they're like real lawyers. Like the more cases they win, the more reputation they get. So like in reality, like that is possible, but like they don't really work together like that.
They have incentive
Yeah.
to not do that.
Yeah, they have incentive
Yeah.
to prioritize their own like position, and
Um,
Incentive
Well,
is
I
everything.
relay all of the nitty gritty stuff, but I'll tap Hawkins on the shoulder.
We should grid one of their lawyers and not me.
Yeah. What's up? You're right,
So
Dylan.
here in section 2 of Article 3, it says
that
that apparently they can't do that. Like it seems like they, you know,
They know no
we don't-
wanna, you could
we
say.
don't really have to worry about that.
All right. That's good to know. Well, at the end of the day, we need to do this to get there, and if we can get some kind of, maybe we do a plea bargain or do a deal and like try and if we can even call, her face, fucking
Ophelion.
Ophelion to the stand as a witness, as they were the only witness. If we can at least get in front of them, we can start talking about what we're actually here for, and that's the deal and that shit.
And share.
So should we just go with that without as our end goal and see how it goes talking to this lawyer boy
Or girl.
No.
or girl, sorry, or something in between,
Or
outside.
non-binary.
Yeah, or some kind of
Lizard.
third dimensional, crazy like non-Euclidean gender.
Ukulele.
Who
Anyways,
knows how devils work?
can you ask for your lawyer? Can we get this going?
All right, I do I have to write on the thing? Say,
no, you just
da-da-da-da?
like pull it out and like you verbally talk about what case you're looking for and just ask for it. There's not a set
hello.
amount of words. You do how you want.
Okay, I ripped it a little bit. Hello, this is Hawkins. I would like to Lawyer, please, for me in my case, on the head case about the head.
As soon as you say that, you all hear a from the sky, like something's falling from the sky.
Oh, I'd like to do one. I forgot to say this. Can I do one thing before this happens? I want to destroy my bag of undead in it.
Does that mean you're killing Alexis?
No, no, because when it gets destroyed, I can remake it.
Okay.
It's in a different dimension.
Oh, it's just a portal.
Okay. So it's just like not okay.
Yeah.
You hear you've done that, and you hear as you say that you hear as something crashes in front of you. In front of you is a large red door, and on it in like embroidered letters says Devil Court Administration Office. And you see like a door with the handle. Devil Court Administration Office. Just lands in front of you.
That was easy.
That was
Easy peasy.
I thought this would be more contrived.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Don't hold your breath.
why not? I don't breathe.
It's probably going to be a lot more. Yeah, really?
He opens up his
I'm okay.
mouth and it's just no breath at all.
Oh my. Oh gee whiz.
Okay, as you guys are going in,
my
I
days.
will remind you of something important just to keep in mind.
Okay.
You guys are going with this case because the risks aren't that high. Because you can get a lawyer and get in. Because right now they don't know, like it's not popular information that you guys are all like really wanted criminals now for what you've done in the town. Like they don't realize that you committed a lot of other crimes at the moment. So keep in mind.
Oh, yeah.
The reason it's dangerous for you to stay in Devil Court too long is if they realize all these other crimes you've done, they're going to try all of you for them.
Okay. I mean, I didn't really do anything, so.
Well, all of you.
Nah.
all of
You-
you
by-
have
by
broken laws. All of you
associating.
can be executed for like having fought in rejected punishments
I don't
and all
think
sorts of
so.
stuff. Anyway, that's just something to like
Nah.
remember. Like the reason you're going this route is because since they're not aware of that at the moment, this will give you a chance in, and if you get everything handled fast enough and get to Ophelion or whatever, you can basically beat the spread of the information. All right. As you enter, you open the door, and it kind of creaks open, and kind of like a cold mist rolls out of there as you open it up. When you open it, the ground behind it, this field you were in with the distant trees, is no longer there. You see opens into like a very white, tiled room. And as you step in, the tiles are very hard, and you feel that mist kind of make you shiver slightly. And you look around, and you just see this large, long white room with a bunch of black chairs set up. Quite frankly, to put simply, it looks like a DMV or like the waiting room of a doctor's office or something. The walls have just very little paintings on there. Not the paintings have no personality, but they're just decorations. You see a little table on the side with some books and some small magazine type things.
Nice. That's what I was going to ask.
You see various people sitting in these chairs sporadically. Almost all of them are humans. You don't see any non-humans. There's probably about 7 of them. The only defining features of this room you see is on the far wall, farthest away from you, is a single door. And from that door, you hear a bunch of vile noises coming from that room. And you can kind of see on the door, written in words, it says Monster Affairs Office. Monster Affairs Office. But in front of you, much more nearby, is a little like reception area where there's like in the wall, like a window, like if you were at the dentist office. And there is a devil sitting behind there. Currently in front of that devil is someone talking to them. You just hear the conversation, something simple. The person saying, yeah, I'm here for my court case. And they're just having that conversation of getting information and being told where to go. And on either side of this reception area, one of the doors says for summons, and the door on the other side says for reports. But that's all you see right now. A bunch of chairs, someone in line, and then a bunch of noises coming from the Monsters Affair side.
Well, I guess you better get in line, Hawkins.
Oh, fuck it. Or he wants to wait in line with me.
Sir Basil looks off you before you like do anything else and says, "I think it's best if I act like a proper squirrel. Do you think?"
Just squirrel talking.
Shit, a talking squirrel.
He hears you say that. He's like, he just like nods and like takes his like hat and is like, he like nods, takes his like goes like in one of your backpacks and like he comes back out on one of we'll say he goes in Morden's like bag and he comes back out like wearing no clothes or anything that's obviously like weird and he just sits on Morden's shoulder.
Now. Probably just my head.
Morden, you now have Sir Basil as quote unquote your pet.
Morden's been allergic to squirrels.
You're a pretty fuzzy guy, aren't you?
He sees like starts making squirrel noises.
It's like humans trying to sound like a squirrel.
Yeah, it's pretty good because he does have the vocal cords of a squirrel, but yeah, it is
really
slightly
funny.
weird. It is very slightly
It's like a dog going woof.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
So yeah, Sir Basil has decided with all of your blessings to blend in more or less, not to be a person.
I would go sit down and read a magazine.
Sure. You go over there and what kind of magazine do you find, Fawnde?
Let's take a look. They got like a Demons Reader Digest or something.
Up to you.
How old is it? It's never a new magazine. It's always like 5 years old.
Yeah, it's like a couple of years old. It's like a couple 100 years old. It's talking about like a war from like 400 years ago. I'm just like, oh, interesting.
It'd be worth so much.
Did you guys know about the Battle of Sintram? Oh, this is interesting.
Please tell me more. Take notes.
His eyes, he like squints at it. It's kind of hard to read, actually. It's like, I don't know if I can read this.
Oh, Dylan, you read it to him.
I look for anything that looks like it has majority pictures.
What do it say? What do it say? I read it. I go
Slash me
and
reads
I
it.
look at it and read it.
It's up to you. I made that shit up completely. Think of some consequential battle that
Una's like,
happened 500 years ago.
Fuck.
Una's like, role play.
Interesting.
Yeah, I already know that.
What does it say, Neelam?
There's shields.
Oh.
And they're in a formation. It's like they're putting the shields over their heads.
What the? Why would they do that?
Like a hat.
What? Yeah, like a hat?
Is it raining?
It's genius.
No.
Hey, Neelam, does it say anything about the bucket formation?
Yes, right here.
Oh my.
Except it's the barrel formation.
What?
My great granduncle was in that war then.
It's raining fire.
Oh, that's me.
Wait, like actual fire or like?
Like fire. Like
Whoa.
liquid fire.
What?
It's like the diarrhea of the sun.
Hawkins, you see the person ahead of you gets thrown off one of the doors, and there's no one in line at the moment.
It's
Michael,
right
Michael,
here,
Michael.
and
We gotta
it
do
seems
this.
to
I'm
be
getting in line.
like thicker text. It says, I guess in common it would translate to "It was really hot," but you see here it's like thicker text.
Huh.
I like to.
They're
I
not
like
very good with words.
I would like to just paint the picture here of like you guys are in here like very excited about this stuff, and everyone else in here is like the very dour, like been up like repressed for the last 7 years, and are now going to trial. Like they're all like,
I think what we're going in with, we have to look like we'd be a fun case. You know? We want a devil to think, this will be interesting.
It's just a little stealing.
You get to the reception area, Hawkins, and you didn't see her in front of you, but you see this female devil. She's purplish skin, and she has these small, spiraling black horns above her head. And her most defining feature is her pupils, which are triangles. She has triangle pupils. And she looks up and looks at you when you approach.
Hello. My name is Hawkins. I would like to dispute this a case I had.
Does that mean you're here for summons, not to report the case?
Yes.
Thank you. This is my pro bono lawyer.
What does that mean?
Dude says he's
Never
the
mind.
lawyer.
Later.
Doesn't even.
I know what pro bono means. I
She-
figured it out in my head 30 seconds later.
Pro boner.
I like that they did just Michael Gar. He's just like.
Yep.
She looks at you, Hawkins, and says, "So it's just the two of you. The rest you come in, they have their own case."
Well, what?
No.
Us?
They are my cavalcade.
What did you just call me? I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop joking. I'm serious.
Well, if you're the one with the case, they are free to go with you if you wish them to partake.
Yes, please. That would be lovely.
All
Why
right.
is that soda so crunchy?
Cracking open
Who
a
brought-
cold one.
Who brought soda? Is it sharing?
I thought it was
There's
muted.
Dude, they're really like, you guys are all like laid up, like real like casual. You're like devil court, and everyone else is like super sour.
Fucking Mo5's in the corner of those weird like
I've got
blocks
fucking
on,
popcorn.
on the steel wire. I
Oh.
was like playing with them. Like in real
I know exactly what you're talking about too.
yeah.
As you guys are going in, you actually hear like a banging coming from the Monster Affairs door. Pa, 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 pa. And it calls your attention over briefly as you see the door swings open and like quickly a creature like comes through and slams the door shut. As you look over, you see a dragonborn who goes, "Ugh, "You bastards! I'm not a monster!" Ugh." As you see, he's just covered in scratches and all sorts of shit. As he comes over and like slumps in like a random chair, breathing heavy. Aside from that, though, the lady in front of you points over towards the summons door.
Is that what he came out of?
No, he came out of the Monster Affairs door that has all that weird, crazy racket coming from it. And from what he said, you get the idea that that's where all the monsters go for their like stuff, and this dragonborn was just thrown over there because I don't know. He looks like a monster, I guess.
When did they open the door when he was throwing him in or out?
Well, he opened the door. He escaped from there. He was in there. He's like covered in scratches
escaped.
now. Yeah, he
Can
was
I
in
have a
like
little
covered in
bit of a
scratches.
a little bit of a sneak in, like a not a sneak, a peek.
Oh yeah, you can go across the room and open the door if you'd like.
I don't want to. I want to have a peek when it was opening. If that's possible.
Oh, it's so far away. I mean, maybe
Too far.
it would be hard to see anything. You know what? I'll let you give me perception with disadvantage.
Oh, that's fair enough.
220s.
Here we go. This is the one.
220s.
I have good perception anyway. Disadvantage.
All the only other thing you saw was like before he slammed the door shut, you saw like it looked like the silhouettes of maybe some other creatures of sorts like chasing, and then you heard like the bang on the door after he shut it. So it seems like there was something in there,
All right.
but it just sounds like
Ooh,
chaos.
please.
I mean, he's like breathing heavy.
I just knocked that in the back of my mind. There's chaos in the monster room.
Yeah, I
Who
mean,
could have guessed that?
like
Who
this is
coulda-
the human
who coulda
side,
guessed that?
and that poor dragonborn got mistaken. All right, yeah.
Alright.
She points towards the summons door. Go on as you wish.
All right. Gang
Huh?
to me.
Excuse you. Who
I
the
arrived
hell do
very
you think
promptly.
you are?
Sorry, he's reading so
It's
intently.
over.
Looks a little too excited to be there.
Oh, we're
Floats
going through
over.
the savage door.
All right. You open the door and it enters into what's an office. I'll activate the intersection map for this.
Holy shit. We have a map.
There's no
Is
token
it-
in the
can you s-
scene which gives you visibility of the area.
Sorry,
All
Fawnde,
right,
I
what's
forgot
the
to put you
radius
in
to
here.
fireball?
Spawn me.
Poor Fawnde.
Fawnde, where's
Spawn
Fawnde?
me
Oh,
now.
Alan's got a character.
I wish to see the demons.
Oh,
Well, you're in
my
here,
God.
Michael. What the fuck?
Well, this is cozy.
this is
So you
cozy.
enter the room, and
Actually
right
kinda
away,
hot.
a few things you
I don't
notice.
like these mysterious men.
The first thing you notice, Hawkins, when you walk in, the others will probably notice too if they're paying any attention to the receptionist, She
course.
looks exactly the same as the receptionist up front. No difference. The only thing you notice right away is her pupils are made of.
Blue.
Demons.
They're made of devils.
Oh,
Made of-
penises.
Her eyes look like they're
So-
made out of hell.
So the devil before, her pupils are triangles. Here, her pupils are squares. That's the only difference between them you see.
Lizard.
What's the same as that person?
Uh,
And
I
right
mean,
away,
goat.
the only other thing you notice besides the room, those tall things that you kind of like mentioned, Fawnde, those are the watchers, the watchmen. They are
Oh.
the really 7 foot tall guys who have the cloaks and the newspapers in front of their face, and they're in the corners watching you.
Yeah, I make sure not to look at them.
Yeah, like they're just the same ones you saw in the town, basically. Maybe
fuck
slightly
those
different.
guys.
But you know what they are right away. You walk up, and she looks up from her papers. Hello, you here for a summons case?
Yes.
All right. Do you wish to go to trial, or do you wish to admit your guilt for a lesser punishment?
I would like to go to trial.
Are you sure?
I've
The
never
punishment
been
will be
more
worse.
sure
if you lose.
Luckily, I won't be punished.
I pat you on the back.
She kind of just like looks up and like shrugs. Well, will you
My
please
legal
pass me your?
representative has assured me.
Well, Hawkins, what? You didn't even ask what the lesser punishment would be.
She looks at you and says, "Do you already have?" Well, that was my next question. Do you have legal representation, or do you need legal representation?
I don't think I have legal representation for this country.
All right. Well, if you will, pass me your summons.
I patch up the little rip I made and I give it to her.
She
Sorry.
while you do that, she goes over and looks at it for a little bit. She like nods. That's surprising. She looks up at you and says, "It's not normally my place to say these things, but as I can tell, you're obviously outsiders. It might be better to take the lesser punishment. This won't be an easy case to win."
It's a trick.
Why?
Okay,
You asked that,
could I
microphone?
have...
Yes.
She smiles and says, because it says there's an eyewitness from a high-ranking devil.
God, there's so many
that's-
funny things I could say. Okay.
The fact that there's been an eyewitness account of this crime, and the fact that the devil's rank is high, that means odds are it's a pretty cut and dry case.
Does that mean they'll have to be called as a witness?
There are ways for that to be worked. Before I go on, though, I should let you know. Are all of you aware of who made this report on you?
Probably.
It's a yes or no. If you think
her
you,
loveliness.
so, you're aware that it's Ophelion who made this case.
Yeah.
All right.
Our bestie.
Firstly, I need to inform you. You are not allowed to tell anyone who it is who made this report on you. That will be known. She'll be ranked as a high-ranking devil, which is all right. The reason being, for lawyers here, part of Devil Court is when they take a case, they do not know who made the report. So that means they will not know it was from Her Grace. That also means all of you will have to sign a contract before you continue, stating that if you share this information with your lawyer in any way, you will be punished for doing so.
Reasonable.
Now, she smiles, you are allowed to share this information if it becomes prevalent when they're asking you in the court of law, but not beforehand. Do you
So
understand?
it can't be released during discovery.
Say again.
You see, I've done a little bit of reading on the law myself, and obviously a discovery is a very important aspect of the law system. I just can't say it during that time. Of course, you would know.
You can, if you are called to the stand, and it's asked.
You good, Hawkins?
Is he okay?
Sorry.
good?
If you are-
breathed a little bit.
If you are called to the stand, and yes, and you are asked, you are free to answer. But if your lawyer asked you before you go to the court, then you're not free to answer. You're only allowed to answer while you're on stand, and if that's at the prosecution or the defense basically asked you for that. Odds are
I
they
assume that
won't.
would be because we would be lying under oath or something like that if we were to be able to stand and we can say it, whatever.
It's nothing about lying. It's just about how Devil Court works. It's
Okay.
just
Alright.
keeping the principle of not allowing devils to know who makes reports. Just
Uh,
roughly
do-
their rank.
Lying. Would us lying about the person who did the law count as breaking a law if we did say
We're
before?
not lying. We're
She-
just not telling them.
She smiles. Laws were different in Devil Court. So the laws that you face outside and the ones you've broken in the normal area of the Wind Swirls are negated within Devil Court, and instead, whoever your judge is will have their own set of laws. Some are worse,
Okay.
some are easy, some keep the same. That will be figured out by your lawyer once the case is set. So I cannot
Alright,
answer you
well-
that. It just depends on who your judge is.
I see, thank you. Well, if that does happen, I would be very upset. And I would honestly probably do another. Do another complaint, a formal complaint.
All right.
Yeah, I want to go through with it. I want to go to law. I want to go to level court.
What? Just out of curiosity, what would the lesser punishment be?
Sure. The lesser punishment of his crime, she looks at it, will be the loss of 2 limbs of your choice.
Okay, yeah, let's go to court.
However, that is including the crime for, it wasn't that bad, but that is for also missing your trial date
Oof.
and for the crime. So that is the punishment for both. It was
What if we
simplified by the
didn't
fact that
know?
you missed it. Say again, if you did it now.
Do you have pretzels?
Not here.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Well,
What?
That was my cover because I asked a really stupid question.
I think it was a fair question.
important
Was it?
information.
Okay.
Since you've asked for the lesser punishment, I'm also obligated to tell you what the main punishment is for your crime in particular.
Yes.
The punishment for the crime itself, if you're found guilty, is the removal of your own head.
Mhm.
However, not in the form of execution, unless the jury decides it to be that way. You become. Do you know what a Dullahan is?
Right.
You become a dog.
Wait, that sounds sick as fuck, actually. You should do that.
You become
I
the
am
headless
aware
guilty.
of what a Dullahan is, yes.
You would become a Dullahan for all of eternity. There would not be a time limit on when your head is returned to you.
Ooh, eternal life.
Wait, that sounds pretty
She
good.
smiles and looks at you. That does not mean he's immortal. It just means until he dies,
Oh.
he will not have his head
Oh.
attached to his shoulders, and he'll have to suffer the consequences and the annoyances of not having your head on your shoulders.
Will he be hungry?
Honestly, that seems kind of like a pro if he's not. Yeah, I mean, like you can like leave your head. Anyways,
say we
let's
take
just go to
it.
court.
I said we intentionally lose the case.
The second one
I'm
is you
a
must
public
return.
figure.
The second part is you must return the head to the rightful owner, Sir
Aw.
Galvair Pestrador. And third, for missing the court of law, if you are found guilty, you will be forced. She looks at it and says, Says something about money, but no one cares about money here. Odds are they're going to add something else on top, but I think it's left up for the judge in reality. So depending on what judge you get, it may be better or worse. It might be money, depending on what judge you get. But the last part is you found guilty, they will add their own clause onto it.
They have claws.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Do you understand your punishments? For guilty or not guilty?
Yes.
All right.
honestly, guilty sounds better than not guilty. I'm gonna be real.
I don't know about that.
She smiles at you, Fawnde, saying that. She says, in reality, the not guilty, the loss of 2 limbs could probably be restored by magic. However, the loss of your head as a Dullahan would not be able to be restored.
Well, not guilty means nothing happens, right?
She smiles. Yes.
Yeah.
Not guilty
Well,
means you.
the lesser punishment.
In money.
No. Not guilty. Sorry if I misspoke. If you admit guilt right now, you would get the lesser punishment, and the case will be wiped off. If you go to court and you're found not guilty, then you're not guilty. Nothing happens to you.
I'm gonna be real. We could probably get your limbs back.
I'm already down a leg.
I mean, we could probably get
Yeah,
you
but
more limbs.
Yeah, I have a
I
bunch
mean,
of
what if you say
prosthetics in the vault.
if you're down a leg, why don't you get rid of that one? Then you're only down one.
Does that count? Can I remove?
Sorry, that leg's already gone. He has a pen leg. Like, it's not-
Yeah, just take his peg leg.
I think we should
That's
do
like taking someone's wheelchair. It's so fucked up.
I think we should let the one that is going to get punished choose. Maybe.
We're slowly
Man.
turning to
No,
look
it's-
at him.
Can we have a? Do you have a private area?
Unfortunately not. However, I myself and the watchman here are not allowed to use anything you say here against you. This is a safe spot. Imagine it, what it's like from where you're from. Confidentiality of like a doctor or something. That's how it is here.
Of Alcoholics Anonymous.
Oh, okay.
I work for this.
Hawkins?
I work for the system, not for anyone. So it's not.
Hawkins, the whole reason we're here is to talk to Ophelion. I think our best bet is to do court so that we can get
Exactly.
Ophelion in.
Sure, we can get this scrubbed. I know it would suck, but there are ways. I've lost a limb already. Magic can be done. But at the end of the day, we need to.
Wait,
to
if your
Ophelion.
head gets chopped off, do they keep it or can we like keep it?
I don't know. I
she-
keep the head.
Or
She
can-
kind of smiles
can
and
Hawkins
says,
roll around?
I assumed you'd keep the head. However, once again, you must remember, if you're found guilty, the last clause is left up to the judge. So who knows? Depends what judge you get. The judge might want to keep it.
So no head, am I right, guys?
Please stop.
Kills Professor Dirt.
Once again, I don't have too many
Hawkins says
answers.
that in
I
the
just
app.
work for the system. So there are still things that you'll only figure out when you find a lawyer and figure out your prosecution and the judge.
Yeah. So again, we got to talk to Her Majesty, Her Grace.
So it's basically a
Ophelion.
dice roll.
And if we just scrub this case and I lose an arm and a leg, then we're back to square one. We got no way of talking to her. Right?
And
Now
you're a
to the
nugget.
desk.
Yeah, I mean,
The only other way is if you guys use the stuff that you're given by Potter and the Shrink Yourself and help
Yeah, and
and,
sneak
get
somewhere.
Sir Basil to help you to basically like sneak around the castle and try and find out where she is.
But we can't get into the castle.
You guys are in the castle right now. You're in some part of it.
Oh,
But like that's a whole
fuck.
nother issue though of like
sneaking around.
We'd have to go through the monster room.
the monster room, but then
Probably.
you have everyone against you, and it's like right now no one's on to you about like your other crimes. Like you're just here for this case. But like if you decide to go that
Yeah.
path, like right away you're going to be like alarms are raised because it's like okay, that's a possibility. But
I
that
vote
also
for court.
that also might be like those items you got from them to also be like not I wouldn't say a get out of jail free card, but like if you need to make a braid for it too, like those.
Yeah,
be
so
used for
if
that.
like we see the case is going bad and it's about to end, we just like choke and we run.
Yeah, I'm not saying you did get away with it, but like that's the
We
potential.
could
Like
try.
like if you, but once again, like if you stay too late, it might be too late. But yeah, the point is you have those items in case you decide to go the route of trying to sneak around the castle, and that's why Sir Basil came with you, because he's like he used to be the knight here. He knows the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, piss boy.
Shut up.
Anyone got any other?
I'm gonna
I
go
think
squatter while
our
he's
only
fishing.
shot is taking the doing court and trying to get Ophelion on the
You-
stand.
Yep.
And then maybe trying for a plea bargain.
Both,
What?
you know what I'm saying?
What?
I really don't.
What are you saying?
Throne of Rihdar.
I'm gonna kill this guy.
Throne of Rihdar.
That's our theme song that plays before every episode.
La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, la, la.
Na, 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 na.
La, la, la.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we keep this safe space for me, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
Die,
fucked.
maybe.
Think about it.
Always an option.
Lobotomy question mark.
Lobotomy.
So.
What's the position?
I think our only shot really is get caught.
You
Alright.
wanted this.
All of you wanted this timeout. All of you have been like, the
I'm
devil card.
pushing the blame.
All right. AL here says, "Oh," smiles and starts making contracts for all of you to sign.
We got a sign.
Wait,
She
why me?
looks
I
at you-
didn't do anything wrong.
She looks at you and says, "These are the contracts you must sign in case any of you break what I mentioned earlier and reveal who it is that made this report. They're simple contract. They will become minute after your case. During the case, if you in any form inform any of the lawyers or anyone of who's in charge of your case, you'll be punished according to how you inform them. Let's say you write her name on a piece of paper, you'll lose all your fingers. If you speak it verbally, your tongue will be removed. If you think it and can send that thought to someone, your brain will become mush.
That doesn't sound too bad.
If you find some other way that I can't think of at the moment, this accounts for it in any form. If that information is
Question.
shared, then you'll be punished in the same route you gave the information. And
Question.
yes,
So if I think it, but they can hear my thoughts, but I don't know that they can hear my thoughts, but I'm like just thinking it, do I die?
if the lawyer is actively trying to cheat the system, no. However, most
Okay.
lawyers don't do that because, well, part of the fun of Devil Court is not knowing who made the case, just roughly knowing how powerful and important they are. So
The
most
fuck?
devils won't do that. However, if they do that, all devils have their own form of contracts, and you won't have to worry about being the one being punished. Devil Court is fair, after all.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yes, if the
Oh, if you
devils,
say so.
if the devil decide to try and break the system like that and read your thoughts for an answer, well, I guess their brain goes mush.
That's better than our courts, at least. Am
All
I
right.
right?
All of you need to sign. Oh, I should
I
mind
sign.
you as well. Looks at you, Morden. If your pet, if you use like a pet or anything to try and give information, it's the same thing. The punishment still requires. I just want to make sure it's very clear that there are no loopholes. But if you're convinced there are, you can always try. But be prepared for punishment, of course.
Hey,
And
Maybe
she,
the pets should sign.
how does it? What?
If they
How
can
does
sign,
squirrel
that's a
sign?
red flag, I think.
yeah, she doesn't like realize Sir Basil's a person, but she's saying that like going around being like, don't think your pet can like, if you've trained your pet to like,
Give
kinda like-
info or take notes
yeah,
or something.
yeah, something like that. Don't think that that's a way to like get around it because It's all-
The squirrel will get lobotomized.
Lobotomy.
it's all covered in this. Anyway, she starts handing out these contracts for all of you to sign.
I will only sign it if you write it out in full font right now.
That's
No.
fucked up. I'm
Why
signing no
would you
matter
do that?
what.
I'm not going to do that because it just take away from our session. You got the
and that's really
information.
inconsiderate
It's
of you.
really not more complicated than like if you try and share that information in some way, you're going to be punished for it. And the only thing you really
It's
gotta
just
be careful of
confidentiality.
is like just make sure you don't like. I want to make sure like you guys are aware that like if one of you accidentally says it out loud, like that Ophelion was in charge of this, you were going to be punished. Like, so be careful not to like forget.
Sometimes I forget that Aphelion is real, so then I think I'll be okay.
Yeah. When you sign the Professor, you're the first one to sign. You feel like something squeeze
I sign
around.
afterwards.
I am not the person to sign.
Okay. Well,
I
whoever.
sign after Professor Dirt.
Me.
Once you start signing, y'all have your
I
own
was
contracts,
literally
but
the
you
first one to
feel like something like tighten in your chest.
Oh.
Am I having a heart attack? Is this it?
Not in reality, but it's like that. It's like you.
Help!
Everyone
God.
signs. Everyone signs. Alan Moria happily signs under the watch of Michael Goff.
Yeah, I guess I'll also sign.
I don't even have a beating heart.
All right, that's about it. She points over. Earlier, you mentioned that you don't have a lawyer. There are two doors as you can read the signs. One says for people with a lawyer. The other one is for those looking for a lawyer. I'm sure you can figure out which one you need to go through.
Yeah. Thank you.
He sounds so defeated.
It sounds like he aged
this
like
country.
20 years.
In.
Out this country.
Is he okay?
All right, you guys
Deep breath
go.
into the nose.
You guys go through the door. We're just gonna use the same map for this. Just don't have a map for this. You go through the same door. You enter into a room. You enter into a room that is very sparse and open. In the center, there's a large stage. Very quickly, you enter, and some watchmen like pull you off to the side behind like a curtain. And there behind the curtain, you see a woman who looks just like the one you saw earlier, except this time her pupils are hexagon.
Those are diamonds.
She has hexagon pupils.
Damn
That's
it.
the only difference in her. And she looks at you and says, "Hello, you're here for to be auctioned off for a lawyer, right?"
Auction.
Uh-huh.
Yes, she smiles.
Yeah, we are.
Just your information. Pass it off to me, please. Ask for your case.
Do I have it?
Is that?
I mean, Hawkins
Oh, yeah,
says
I'm
it.
sorry,
Okay.
my unlegal legal representative has it.
Yep. Here it is.
My daughter takes it. She looks over it, and she says, "All right, please just wait back here until we call you up." And during this time, you kind of like peeking around the curtain. You see there's like a group of like 50 to 60 various looking devils who are all like dressed in suits and things. And you see she goes up on stage, and you hear her like hollering out like, "This is a case of fraud spotted by a medium-tier devil." And basically just like that, she like talks about cases, and people start, you hear the devil start being like, "I'll bet 50 reputation, 100 reputation, 75 reputation." As they start bidding off, you hear them bid off reputation. That's what you hear them bid with.
Dude, their social credit score, dude.
And as time goes on, you see cases start going. And as someone gets a case, they kind of take their person and they leave. And you're here for about 30 minutes, and it starts dwindling to about 10 people. And here in these last few cases, you hear someone with like a weird voice, like a... He's like, 50 reputation, 50 reputation, 75 reputation. But he keeps getting outbid every time he bids. You hear that one voice, the fucking slightly annoying voice gets outbid every time.
Fuck me. This
God,
is
I'm
gonna
gonna
be.
shoot myself. I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
Oh.
Should have chosen me.
For the love of God.
Oh, you want a devil court? This is your punishment.
My face has been in my hands for the last half an hour.
Francis representation.
Oh, guys, we gotta look really cool so we don't get that fucking.
You guys aren't last in line. There's a few cases behind you, and you get out. Neelam, you know how cases work from reading up. You roughly know how cases work in the auction. You know,
Yep.
there's different tiers of options or of case. There's easy cases, medium tier cases, and really hard cases. Really hard cases means they're like impossible to win. Easy ones means they're really easy to win, and medium's always like in between. Most people want to get a medium tier case because it has the biggest like return in reputation if you win it. No one wants the easy tier because easy tier you don't really get much out of winning an easy case, and a really hard case no one wants to take because well, if it's impossible to win, you don't want to waste your reputation getting an impossible to win case.
Of course. So what's ours?
A really hard case.
Yeah, impossible.
Yeah, a really hard
Yeah.
case. So
Guys,
you guys,
when you go up there, you guys gotta like look. We gotta look smart. We gotta look regal. We gotta make them think we're politicians, because that's what we are. We're politicians.
Well, I thought we
So
looked
we
at
got-
that
I don't
already.
know what that means.
Yeah,
I'm fucking with you.
I just go up there. I just go up there and yell, "I am Jesus."
I don't
You
think
can-
that's
like a
gonna-
Ginyu Force pose.
Yeah.
as you guys are talking, you hear the case of Hawkins. Please come to the stage. As you hear the Lady Devil call you up to the stage.
Yeah.
And as you enter, you see there's still about like 12 various devils out there looking to make auctions. And she starts off by saying, this is a case by a high-ranking devil. And you see a lot of them, they're like, ooh. And you'll immediately right away, if you beat a case by a higher-ranking devil, you get more reputation for the higher-ranking case it is. Like if you like disprove, for example, Ophelion says you're guilty. If someone can prove that a high-ranking devil like her was wrong, they get a lot of reputation. So that is a good thing you have going for you, is that you have a really high-ranking devil on your side, or for your case. And you see everyone gets like really interested in this. This case is for, puts hand to the side, for legitimate Hawkins. He is a... Well, here's the information. As she like puts documents out and people like start reading the information, and you hear them muttering things like, ooh, General Credoy, and about all of you. Like, basically she's giving out information about who you are. And people are like very...
We're politicians. They never get convicted.
I get it.
They look up and tenacious. They look at you, and she continues. This case is for the theft of a decapitated head in the realm of Galvera Pescador. And you see they look up with another big name being dropped. As like there's a lot of big names in this case. People are very interested. However, the high-ranking devil is in fact an eyewitness for this crime. Ooh. Like everyone goes like, and right away, when she says that, like there's an eyewitness high-ranking devil, a lot of people are instantly like, kind of uninterested.
I want to give them a smolder. I want to look at them and like.
I'm doing blue steel.
We shall-
I'm gonna give him a smile.
I like you guys are like smiling and like somebody like flexing or whatever. It's like nothing.
And they're not even looking at us.
She's like, all right, we'll start the bid at 25 reputation. Mind you,
Mogging
this is a
them.
this is a very low starting bid.
I point up the sky higher.
Someone you hear a devil says, I'll give it 25. Go in for 30. And then you hear the voice go, I'll do 30. 30 reputation.
Wait, no.
Not him.
And you hear someone else go, 50. 50 reputation here.
Oh my God.
Then you hear someone else jump up to like 100. I'll do it for 100. And you see like some of the ones who are now bidding are, like, slightly more. She like eyes you, and she's like, any more than that? And the ones who are like bidding higher are like very fancy. Like you can look at these devils and you can like tell which ones are like better off. You can obviously tell which ones are more confident, have more success. Another one who's even more confident says, 175 reputation. Then you hear a 200 reputation.
I don't think he has that much.
You see everyone like whenever he's saying this, you kind of you don't see him because you see all the other devils like look to the center of the room and like glare. you can tell right away. You don't have to do any insights. You can tell that none of them like whoever this is speaking, and whoever this is super fucking tiny because you can't see them behind the other ones in the front. And you're like, 225 reputation.
240 reputation.
You hear someone else say, Merklatz, you don't even have that much reputation, do you? A joke like you has nothing more. 250 reputation. And you see the people who are betting now are like starting to sweat. Like, this is obviously inexpensive for like a case that is quote unquote impossible to win. And you hear IL up here goes 250 going once, 250 going twice, 250 going
300 reputation.
Oh my god.
That's his whole bank account.
It is.
You hear the other ones look and say, she's like 300 going once, and you hear the other ones muttering like, Merklatz here. Merklatz, we'll let you
come
take
on, guys.
We'll let you take it,
Come on,
Merklatz.
no.
That's the last of your
Come on,
funds, and you'll finally
come
go
on, man,
bankrupt
please.
yourself. You'll make a fool of
Hey,
yourself,
we're
as
the-
always.
If you win this, you get an in with the leaders of Kadoy. That's all I'm saying.
None of them are like paying attention. You tell there's a lot of they're infighting right now with whoever the fuck.
Not a single one of them gaff.
It says 300 going once, 300 going twice. Sold to Merklatz.
Wait.
Is it too late to take the lesser punishment?
Dude, it'd be so funny if what's your character's name? Michael Garr. You should bid.
It's not gonna. They're not gonna let me do anything.
It'd be so funny if you raised the price.
No, I don't think that's gonna work.
Look, if we're gonna get stuck with the fucking rat, you might as well make him spend like 500.
I don't think we get it.
I feel like I'm gonna break some rules. 600. How many was it?
He did 300.
300. 303.
You see, she like turns and looks at you and says, "Do you have Devil Court reputation already?"
No.
So you don't have 303.
Maybe you can get a
today.
loan.
Yeah, can I get a
Do
loan?
you have any lawyer reputation?
So, no.
she like smiles and says, "Oh, all right then. That means your transfer of Kadoyan lawyer reputation of 0 to Devil Court reputation is still 0.
Double or nothing?
Still 0.
I'm gonna sit down.
However,
I'm gonna cry.
at least that was fun, I guess.
tried.
And during this time, you see like crawling up, like not like walking up. You see people moving to the side, and you see coming and jumping on the stage. Is this little short, fat-looking devil guy?
Ah. This all my reputation, but
Veto.
I'll tell you this, all of you who don't believe in me. I will make this the biggest case ever. It may be impossible, and I may have went for it because I haven't done a case in a while. I'll get fired if I don't do a case.
Hey.
And I definitely shouldn't have paid 300 for it, but I'll make it work. I vow.
Whatever you
I
say,
believe in
Merklatz.
you.
No one
Frank.
knows you're the worst lawyer there is.
God damn it. Damn you. Damn you.
Why is this guy? He never does cases, so he chose the hardest one physically possible.
No, it's just
His
he's about to
whole
get
bank
he's about to get fired. He couldn't afford any of the other ones. He only got this one because it was so hard. And he got unlucky that they like kept outbidding him to fuck with him. He basically had to do that to keep his job.
I was like punching the floor. Damn you.
Isn't there
Damn you
cases
to
past
hell.
ours that you could have bid for?
Merklatz walks up to you, Hawkins on the floor, and he like pats your head to see like his size roughly. You pat your head.
Don't worry, my name is Merklatz. I may not look like much, but...
Hi, Merklatz.
Hello. I may not look like much, but I'm in fact secretly the best lawyer here. Just no one understands my talent because I've been saving it for important moments like
Really?
this.
I love this self-insert.
Wait, I
You
believe that.
see, Smile says,
No, I'm actually lying, Hawkins, but don't tell anyone.
Okay, well, save that lion for the judge.
Oh. Anyway, please come with me. Let me take you to my office.
Ooh.
Awesome. He has an office.
Now, let me tell you, I might be a runt and I might be looked down upon, but the art in my office is the best art you shall ever see. Right?
Hawkins, I think we
Let's
got a real
see your
steal with this
porn.
guy.
Yeah, don't look down on the little guys.
I'm looking down on the little
I'm
guy.
sorry, Warden.
I'm looking up.
All right. Let me take you to my office.
hold on.
They be like, Smooth. What? Can you teach me how to Dougie?
Unbelievable.
Well, I think it's pretty believable that Fawnde would do this to you specifically.
Unbelievable.
I think this
Oh,
makes
you-
perfect sense, actually.
You guys enter. He like takes you down the hallway, then eventually
Oh
like
my
teleports
God,
all of
that's
you.
what he looks like. Oh,
Oh, you didn't see him
my
last time? I thought you
fucking
saw him.
God.
You guys didn't see him in the last one. I thought you saw
Kind of looks like Phil from Hercules.
He does look like Phil from Hercules.
him. Anyway, you come into the
Lying on
office.
couch.
And as you enter and you sit down in this like kind of grubby like area, he says,
Please, as I said, look at the art on the walls. It's the best art you've ever seen.
and all you
Guys,
see,
did we
it's
need
like
to go to Devil Court this badly.
you see it on the wall, like right behind his desk where he's sitting right now. You see like this like 10-foot portrait of him, but it's just like his face on like a super sexy like body of like a very buff looking devil. And there's like another one in the corner where it's like him with like an apple in his mouth and like winking.
Look at my beauty.
And you
It
see
was
like he's like,
good.
Oh, that's where I left it.
and you see he reaches under the table and like puts like what looks like a ball of fuzz on his head, and he's like,
There's my hair. Perfect. Hawkins, what are you doing over there? We need to talk business. Business, I say.
You know you don't look anything like these portraits.
I look better in person, don't I?
I don't know what devil beauty standards are like. So yeah.
You know, I may not have a wife, devil, but I'm devilishly good with the bed.
Why not?
Devilishly.
Why don't you have a wife?
You know how it is. Women just take away from me.
True.
The only
bitches be
woman I know
shopping.
I'm in mad love with, so no, I don't really get it. Help! Help! How do I stop doing this? Help!
all right, Merklatz sits you over there and says,
All right, hold on. Quickly, let me send this information off to the court so we get a court case going and get the information back on who we've got.
I'm gonna
All right.
cry.
So I'm going to start off by saying we're definitely losing this case.
Oh,
Just gonna leave the
Fine,
That
that's
was the first
okay.
thing the lawyer says.
But it's
I
going
have
to
to
be
win
okay.
this.
We're going to
I love it
lose
when
a
my lawyer
style.
Says we're going to lose.
Bro,
you
look
have
at my
zero
lawyer,
confidence in
dog.
Yourself.
Did he just say we're gonna lose with style?
So why did you take this case if you knew we were gonna lose?
Because I was going to get fired if I didn't take a case, and I definitely couldn't have afforded the better cases after yours.
I'm gonna lose my
You
head.
spent 300 reputation on this.
I
Lost
had
my
to.
head.
Hey,
Are you saying
you
someone
over there on
would
the
have
couch,
spent 300
let me be
reputation on
true with you. I am pissed off more than anyone in this room that I had to take this case for 300 reputation. That was my entire
That's
Do you know
not
how I'm going to
true.
eat?
You're not the most mad.
Oh, you go to bed. Look how mad I let.
If it were not for the laws of this land, I would cut you down where you stand right now.
I'm actually sitting down.
We can't
That's
tell the
even worse.
difference.
Dude, he's a good lawyer.
At least our lawyer's honest.
Are you?
Oh no, actually,
you-
we're going to win. Yeah, right. Yeah, of course I'm honest.
Listen. What can we do here?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you about. Maybe if we're lucky, we can get your punishment lowered. So which part do you want to lose the least? Would you rather get rid of losing your head, get rid of having to bat the head, get rid of the judge punishment? Which one of those punishments
Maybe
for
you can just
losing would
lose
you
your
rather
jaw.
do?
I feel like if he at least keeps his head, it should be fine, right? Do you really need Alexis's head? I mean, like, really need it?
I guess not. I guess I can take it back when I kill Alexis. When I kill whatever his name is.
Yeah, who cares about that guy? Calvera, who cares?
Calvera, that's the word. I'm really upset.
Oh, don't be upset. Devil Tort's really fun. You'll love it when you get there.
I thought it was going to be fun. I came here for it.
Oh!
But all this people saying...
Hey, you know what they say. Devil Tort's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, Hawkins.
I know, that's the thing. It's the problem.
Well, that's the point of it.
Did you guys ever have, like, teams of lawyers, or...
Oh, yeah, but I wouldn't be on one of those.
Oh.
I'd rather not lose my head.
All right. We can try. I can't make any promises. All right. Well, let's just relax for a moment until we get the information back on who the lawyer against us is and the judge. So just make yourself at home.
Let me guess, it's going to be
what
the
lawyer do
hardest
we not
judge
want it
and
to
the
be?
best lawyer.
Yeah, can you name the worst or possible lawyer we could have against us?
Oh, you say like worst, like the best, or like the one I hate the
Like
most?
the best, the worst for us. Yeah.
Oh, worst for me.
Probably any of them.
Worst for me a lot. But the worst for me would be the adjudicator Halton. He's my biggest bully. I'll be honest with you. He's stuck up. He thinks he's better than me, and he looks down on me, spits on me when I see him. Motherfucker, I haven't been able to lose I haven't been able to win one case against him.
Okay,
Let's go
so he is
forward,
better than you.
assuming that's who it's going to be.
Why? He wouldn't take it. This is okay. Think about this. This is a really hard case for us, right? But that means it's a really easy case for the prosecution. So someone like Halton, who's very good, would never take an easy case. So in reality, we're probably get someone who's not very confident yet because they're going to take an easy case, so they don't have much to lose.
Would it be possible for him to take the case because he sees that you're on it, and he just wants to fuck with you?
No. He's petty, but there's no, he wouldn't.
Found out
exactly
his
what's gonna
exact
happen.
plan.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
That's silly. Halton.
Oh, God.
I've been playing D&D with Fawnde for a very long time.
So who's the worst judge then?
Well, that one's different. Like, I don't have any judge enemies, but for us, probably someone who is pretty sadistic, doesn't really give a shit. Someone who the reason to be bad is because the third clause where they can like choose a punishment. If we got someone who's a little, if we get one of the ones about money, he'd be like, "Pay me 100,000 gold," which is bad, but
a little freak.
If a little freak, you don't want Lord Devon. He'll ask you for do some freaky stuff.
Like
Every
what
time
kind
he
of
names
freaky
a
stuff?
demon, I get
Oh, hold
terrified.
on. What kind of freaky stuff?
Well, he's always been talking about Lizardman's cloaca. You know what I'm saying?
What?
It's the perfect shape and size.
Can he?
That's what he says.
What if we substitute someone out? Just a spitball in here.
Me?
You don't got a cloaca, you know it.
I don't. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying maybe
Good
he's
one.
interested in other things.
Okay, that's just Lord Devon. He's weird. But the thing is, it just depends on what kind of judge we get for your third clause. And it also affects the rest of the court in general. Less of you, maybe more of the jury. But, anyway, there's not necessarily one in particular. There's a lot of really bad ones, a lot of really good ones, a lot of ones who like money, a lot of ones who are evil, a lot of nice ones.
Alright, listen. We're politicians, and we have a lot of power.
Okay?
And we have opportunities, and we have the resources to take a plea bargain. But like, what? I don't know. Is that something that happens? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, whenever we see who the prosecutor is, if they're reasonable, yeah, maybe.
And should we be getting that information any minute, in an hour?
Right now, actually, as you see a piece of paper like appears with all the information on like what the information is. He starts off by saying, "Court case is set for 1 hour from now." That's okay.
Okay.
That's
1 hour
pretty
from now.
sudden.
Let's see. 1 standard hour. Lesser Devil Court, which is actually probably pretty good for us. Lesser Devil Court. It's hosted by the judge will be Lord Justice Losh de Gran.
How's that?
Sorry for
Oh.
you. Sorry for me too, kind of maybe.
What's wrong with him?
Any of you guys good with your fists?
Me.
Okay, good. Remember that. All right.
What?
Lord Justice Losh de Gran, he's a very unforgiving type, a very unpassionate judge. He's bored all the time, kind of doesn't forgive easy.
He's bored, so if we entertain him,
No.
he'll like us.
Yeah. I'm saying it like that. He's bored, so that often means he's really cruel with court cases because he's looking for entertainment. So things often are pretty dangerous, I suppose.
Trial by
that's what-
combat.
Not that simple. That's not difficult words, really. But the point is, it's kind of bad. Also, because he's kind of cruel and sadistic. If you're found guilty, I'm not really sure what he might do, but I don't think it'd be very kind. All right. Anyway, continuing on. Prosecutor, Adjudicator Halton.
Oh my god.
How'd you know that? this has to be wrong.
I pull a knife
So
out and
easy to
slit my
confuse.
own throat.
He says, well, this is really not good for either of us. We could try. Do you want me to call him for a plea deal?
You know what?
Maybe there's a conflict of interest?
You know what, Merklatz?
Yeah.
Are you gonna let this bastard abuse you?
You're right. I don't make a
your
plea deal for
whole
him.
Life?
You're right.
No.
Oh,
No.
No.
I was about to give you a-
I brought it. He opens up like
wait.
he opens up like a little window portal thing, and he says, "Requesting a plea deal from prosecution
No, I've changed my
Adjudicator
mind.
Halton." And he's not listening. As he says that, please respond. What you see is just a physical ball spit through the window in his face. In his face. And he's like slowly wipes it.
I point and laugh.
That's about what I expected.
Does that mean yes?
That means he's laughed. That's basically. I'm sorry. We've lost this case. Is there anyone you want to leave a note? At least I can do is like take a note to your loved ones.
You're probably the worst lawyer in the world.
Okay,
In
I'll
any
give you good
world,
news. I'll give you
anywhere.
good information. I get all of you you're all friends, right?
We are the leaders of Kadoy.
Okay, do you like each other or not?
Yes.
We all look
Okay.
around.
Yes.
Shrugs.
I guess.
I didn't think of that.
I like
mean-
these guys.
All right,
I
all right.
guess
So-
Then-
we've been
I guess.
hanging out.
I guess
and-
some of them.
Well, it depends what
Wait,
kind
do
of
you mean
like.
some?
Except
Milan?
for the short one.
It depends what kind of people you are. If you're ride or die together, then I suggest all of you stay on your friend's side. But if the rest of you don't want to die, you should probably say, when the jury comes around, you should probably say guilty.
Innocent.
I'm
you
not.
good?
I'm not guilty.
No, not all of you. I'm just saying,
No, I'm not
whatever
guilty.
you. So the rest of you are going to be going for
You want
jury
us to
duty.
condemn Hawkins to his
I'm
punishment.
not
Okay,
friends
okay.
with the jury.
You'll understand whenever we get to the court case what I'm talking about. But if you don't want to die because this is a lost case, you should definitely vote.
Are you
against your
saying
friend.
that the jury has to vote guilty no matter what?
No. You're free to. You're free to put not guilty. I'm just saying. There's no way he's going to be convinced that he's not guilty.
Okay, so what's the point of the jury then?
Double
Doesn't the
court.
jury dictate the verdict?
Yeah, okay. You'll see. I'm not the one in charge of the jury stuff. VL will describe all that. She'll do all that when you get there. Okay. Anyway, look at this case. We're on trial for you stealing a decapitated head. Right? Why'd you do that? Like, what?
why
Jeez. Why'd you do
did
that?
you do that actually, Hawkins?
I wanted it.
All right, well,
Gross, dude.
he's still ahead. Okay, so how devil law works, the reason I say this is no way we're winning this is, number one, a high-ranking devil has eyewitness testimony on this. That means, like, right away, like, their authority is so much that you're basically dead. And that's because devil law is this. Whenever you kill someone, them and all their possessions become part of you. So that means this decapitated deceased head became the possession of whoever killed them. And
Well,
since
well,
and
Wasn't
since
a
they
devil, though.
and since they
He's
ended
not
up
the one that killed him.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, I see it
Killed
here in the report.
himself.
It came from the heads at Letis Villar, originally killed by Ambrose Misteline. So that means since Ambrose decided to keep the head and whatever possessions, that means all the possessions and head that he decided to keep became Ambrose's. And whenever Galvera killed Ambrose, that means Ambrose's body and all of his possessions, including this dead head he decided to keep, becomes Galvera's.
Hmm.
And so basically, whenever someone's killed, stops breathing, is no longer alive,
Mm-hmm.
they lose all their rights as a living creature, and they can rightfully become the possession of whoever killed them. So since you have a
Yeah, but
dead...
none of this was
So-
done
So if I
here
kill someone,
in the wind swells.
then they have no rights.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you can't arrest me for that.
The thing is, even if it's not done in the Windswirls, since you came here to be put on trial for it, you're going to be judged based on the Windswirls law.
What if there's a?
But if it didn't happen,
What if there's a conflict of interest between the witness and the supposed crime?
I don't know, just for question it in court.
Okay, is that it?
Anyway,
is that the best you got,
since-
Mr. Lawyer Man?
Well, I mean, what are we going to do with the dead head? I mean,
I'm not talking about the head. I'm talking about the fact that the devil that saw it happen would have reason beyond their own wants to have us in devil court
I see
for
what you're saying.
this supposed crime.
I see what you're saying. Okay. So Devil Court works a certain way. Whenever we call a witness up, we call a visage of them up. We don't usually call the actual witness up or like the person going up there unless they happen to be in court at this time. So this high-ranking devil, which Holton will most definitely call up to be the nail in our coffin, will be their visage. The visage will come up there. But there is a piece of paper that has been created by Ophelion herself that basically means there's a couple of rules on there. One of them is that summoned visage is not allowed to lie in any format. So like if they have a conflict of interest, we could exploit that. So whenever this high-ranking devil was called up, I can be like, why did you do that? Do you have separate interest in this matter? And it's the rules of Ophelion, so a high-ranking devil won't be able to break it. It's based on her power. So we should
Wait
be
a
safe.
minute. Wait.
okay,
Sidebar.
I understand.
Sidebar.
No,
Sidebar.
I think I
Sidebar.
understand, Dylan. No, yeah, we get it. Yeah.
Wait a
Yep.
minute.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep, Neelam. I think
Yep.
You
we're all on
understand
the
why
same
I'm-
page.
Yep. Enough said. Enough said, mate. Yeah.
I don't
What's
get
the
it.
page that we're on? Is it 4? Just flipping through the pamphlet.
Merklatz, could we speak in private? Like, is there a way for
Oh
us
yeah,
to-
I really gotta use the restroom, so let me go use the PP.
P-boy,
Okay,
P-boy,
piss boy.
P-boy, P-boy.
Mirklatz is
this
gonna use the
boy.
restroom as I do too.
Yeah,
Does he
piss
vanish out of
boy.
earshot so he
Self-insert,
can't hear anything
That means we
you're
can
saying?
speak. That means we can speak
Self-insert piss
freely.
boy.
Okay.
Did anyone hear what I just heard?
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Did he
I
just
mean,
say
I
the
heard
name?
it, but I didn't register what you're
Did
saying.
he just say the name?
No, he said that's because it's Ophelion's law. Ophelion is in charge of everything. He doesn't know that that's who brought up the complaint.
Wait, what'd you guys hear?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that like, Ophelion can lie when we bring up her visage.
Yeah, that's also what I thought.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah, I thought that.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
I heard la la la, I'm fat.
I was thinking that somehow this guy knew to fucking make
No,
the cakes.
Ophelion is in charge of everything. So her law is that the visage of whoever gets called up cannot lie. He
I
does not know
see.
that that's going to be her visage.
I see. I understand.
Yeah. I get why you would think that though.
Yeah, I got.
This
I got.
lawyer's an
I
idiot,
got words
dumbass.
mixed. True.
No, this lawyer's an idiot, dumbass,
Idiot, stupid. Idiot.
Fucking
No.
hate
Stop! He's trying his best.
I actually can't fucking stand this guy. I
True
hope
and
he...
real and not wrong.
He is
When I'm
pregnant.
playing
We
the
should
Throne of
have
Rihdar
taken a
and they're
plea
mean
deal
to this
that
guy.
has this lawyer get killed and murdered.
Yeah, what if our lawyer gets killed and murdered?
Yeah, what happened? Yeah, what happens if?
Do we get a new lawyer? Oh, guys!
Do we get a new lawyer?
That's
if
a
this
good
one
plan.
gets his head chopped off.
What if I accidentally kill him?
There's
Oh,
no
wait,
other
if you
witnesses
kill
in
him-
here.
And you get all of his possessions, including the case. Think about it.
Wait,
Yes,
wait.
yes. And I also get all
and his
of
reputation
I get all his reputation.
and his office. You get this office.
Fawnde, I'm
Get
running-
off
His
Yeah, you're
reputation's
dark.
currently
Nice.
0, by the way. I mean, like,
Well,
Yeah, but okay.
so is his,
either
so-
way, if I kill him, I take the case, and he no longer has rights because he's not alive.
So
Think
he
about it.
gets the case for free. And it's
yeah,
legal.
but do you have any way to win this case still, though? I mean, you could, but
Of course, I could.
I think I trust Michael Garr to argue in our favor.
Yes.
No, I don't. No, I don't. That's a lie.
Fuck
That's a
you.
big fucking lie. I'm sorry. That's a huge lie.
Just because I don't understand what's happening doesn't mean I can't pull a fast one.
No, I think it does actually.
No, it doesn't, because this guy's gonna be like, oh, yeah, I'm fat.
Merklatz
then-
ends up coming back, and
Hey, Mirko.
We're gonna mere clap him.
Welcome back, pest boy.
he looks back and he says, "All right, I guess in next order of business, we gotta figure out what kind of witnesses. It's Looney Hawkins, who would probably be the first one up. We can call to the stand if there are any that work in our favor. I'm sure there's many that can work against us.
Could we call the head?
He looks at you and says,
Talk.
"Why would you call a dead head?"
It can talk.
Stupid.
It's not dead.
You see his eyes. He like stops and says,
It's an undead.
he stops and he looks at you and says, "What are you talking about?"
It's an undead head.
It's an undead head. It can talk.
Well, time out. Are you guys losing your minds? If it
Hawkins, show him.
Wait, no, wait, finish your point.
Show him head.
Give him head.
a deceased head
That's what I'm saying.
is not able to talk. I get what you're
Well,
saying.
this
Like a
one's not
skeleton.
deceased.
Is it a skeleton? Did it animate
No,
into
I
a
don't.
skeleton?
I don't think he's
You know-
deceased. I think he's just a head.
You
to
know
be
how
honest.
Hawkins'
Not de-
punishment
not-
is
not
to become
deceased?
a Dullahan? It's like that.
Whoa, whoa,
Yeah, I
whoa!
Wait, we might be able to win the court case if he's not dead, right?
Well, yeah,
Hi.
that's a technicality, right?
What?
Yeah, he's still alive.
You see, Merklatz is like rubbing his head, like, and you're just now telling me he's alive? That's not in the paper.
Well-
That's not in the paper
Well, I
anyway.
mean,
It says he's dead.
We're not
usually when
devils.
That says that's on the paper. It says he's dead. Unless his Villar's
Well,
dead.
the paper. Well, the
well, I
paper's
mean,
lying
usually
then.
usually when
Oh.
you get beheaded, you die. I
He-
guess
he
that would
stops,
probably
like,
just be assumed.
You guys are like, he starts smiling. He like looks at the paper and looks up and says, "Wait, the papers are wrong."
Yeah.
Hmm.
The papers are wrong.
We just start cackling.
The papers
Why
are
are we
wrong.
laughing?
Guys, why are we laughing?
Because the papers are
Because-
wrong.
Papers are
Because
wrong.
if
Did
he's,
you not
if he's
hear me
dead,
earlier?
if he's not dead, that means he still has rights.
Yes. You don't hear me earlier when I
Yep.
said when someone's killed, they become them and their possessions are transferred to their killer.
That means he doesn't belong to Galvera.
Yes, since he's not
Which
dead,
means
that
you
means
never
he,
stole anything.
yes.
Which means Fawnde
He-
wasn't trying to fuck us the whole time.
Oh my God, we used our brains. Guys, high five.
Oh my god, wheels pop up in the air and high five, and it freeze frames, and
Huh.
The gang lose their court case.
You know what? I think
And we're gonna beat
I
this guy's
start my
chocolate bully.
ritual. My ritual lasts an hour to remake my bag of bones
Okay.
so I can bring him here.
so. What I'm hearing is the court case doesn't realize that Alexis Villar actually never died. Truly, he is still like Alexis Villar, right? He's
He's
not.
still
This is not.
autonomous. He has his personality. Yes, it
So
is
he
him.
is.
He's of sound mind.
That's why I
Did
think we could call him as a witness. A surprise.
did he give you the right to take him whenever you took him? Did he ask you to take him?
Yes.
The answer in reality is no. Like in reality, you just took him. He didn't ask you to. That's the real
No,
answer.
he
but-
didn't. No, he didn't say anything to me.
Okay, okay. That means you've still committed a crime of abduction. However, this court case is not about abduction. And also, it
Yes,
sounds,
cool.
if you wish to call him as witness, it sounds like he's on your side. so he wouldn't be interested in pressing charges for you stealing them.
He might press charges.
But I
the
can see.
charges probably won't be as bad.
Well, this case is about theft right away. So right away, this should be. You see, he starts rubbing his hands together. This should be my way to fuck over Halton. I told him this would be the case. They didn't believe me, and that Lord Halton came back he just came back to spite me because he saw I was on this case, so he took that easy case, and now he's about to have all his reputation destroyed.
Awesome.
Yo.
Oh my god.
See, Hawkins, I told you Merklatz was the guy.
I thought we had like.
I do remember when he said
dudes.
that.
I don't.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you for saying it. Alright. Well, I guess I'll remake the bag and I'll bring him out.
Sure. As you guys are talking, he changed his mind and says, you guys should definitely stay on the not guilty side, I'd say. I think we have this in the bag.
I think we're good.
The
You
only
have
way,
it in the bag.
there's only one way
That's the.
we can lose this, potentially. And even then, this gives us a fighting chance for the worst case scenario.
At the very least, we might have to redo the case. Like,
Yes.
It would have to be like.
We could still be found guilty if the judge decides to vote in favor of Halton. But the only way with this strong of an evidence, the only way is, since you were not given permission to take the head, whoever saw the first-hand witness, if they're called to contest if you were given permission or not to take the head, then potentially that could be used to get in our way. However, it had to be a really important devil.
Oh, really?
That's the only way to work. And a high-ranking devil is very
crazy.
important, but it'd have to be.
Well, I mean,
serious
would
ones.
I want to say that they gave permission because they didn't?
Would have to, because if they didn't give permission, that'd be too
But if
easy
we
to
call
try and
him
frame
up
as
a
theft.
witness, if we call him up as a witness, he could just be like,
Wait,
"Yeah, I was okay with it."
wait. Don't we have Alexis's head?
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
has
he
to
does have
make his bag.
Yeah, can't we like? So how long would it take to get your bag?
It takes an hour.
Okay,
So it'll be about 4 days.
we don't have time to do it. Like,
A little bit. And
Do we
the
like
idea,
have like a few minutes before the case starts? Like,
because I was gonna say we could try and strike a deal with Alexis.
I mean, all of you kind of think Alexis doesn't hate you. Like, Alexis is a good guy. He's probably on the side with you. The thing
Yeah,
is,
I mean, why would he side with devils?
Merklatz is basically saying, like, you have to get Alexis to claim that he, like, gave you permission. Like, he's fine with you having taken him, since he has rights. Like he's like, yeah, I have rights, and I allowed them to take me, and it's cool. Like, I'm a real person. I allowed them to take me. They didn't steal me from someone like that.
So what we're
He
saying is
didn't,
we should
like,
give him
protest.
we should give him a reason to say that.
Well,
I mean, Alexis's
you'd ask him.
reason is gonna be if we fucking die here or something, then we can't help Godoy, and he loves Godoy.
Yeah. In reality, you don't really
That's
have
a reason
to.
to help us.
Yeah, in reality, Alexis is going to like even though he's not a liar, he's going to lie and be like, I gave them permission, even though in reality he didn't say anything if you took him. But that's where the only risk is like if
But I
the
guess
prosecution.
If we bring him up physically, like he's not going to be a visage, so he can lie.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Like,
He'll be able to
he's
lie
not
since he's
gonna
not a
magic,
visage.
yeah.
That's why he can actually lie about this.
Let's go.
However, that's why Merklatz is just saying, like, the only really risk here is like if Halton pulls up the eyewitness and the eyewitness is like, no, that never happened. He never actually gave permission.
No.
And then they could basically use that as a way of saying, like, oh, he's lying here. We can't trust anything now. So basically, there's a risk of that, of like
he's lying about his own
Okay.
feelings.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be like, it's not really logical. It's just like in the sense of like he's lying. We can't trust any testimonies. Like they're obviously.
Well, just because they
Right.
saw, you know what?
It's
I
devil
trust
court bullshit,
Merklatz to
but-
make the argument of just because they saw doesn't mean they heard.
Oh yeah. Merklatz isn't saying like that's a loss. He's just saying like you guys have a set in stone win. That's just like the only route they could take to potentially, you know, argue it. Like
Devil court.
yeah.
Devil court. Devil court.
So basically he's saying like
Alright.
there's like a 9%, like 80% chance you're winning. Like for sure. Like this turn from like he's happy, he's smiling. He's like, I always had
about
faith
to
we'd
have
win this
so
case.
much
I knew we'd win this
reputation.
case. I knew we'd win the case.
I thought you weren't allowed to lie.
What? Who said that?
You did earlier.
No. Sorry, I forgot.
Okay. This guy's.
So here's what. When the bag is loaded and we have the time to bring up Alexis and like tell him what's going on, I want to. Michael, could you set up a zone of truth? I want Alexis, because he's a paladin, he'll know what zone of truth is. I want him to see that we're giving him, we're being 100%, we're being like, we're not lying to his face.
Yes.
Yeah, we're doing that process. There's nothing much more to be talked about here either way. You guys have figured out your quote unquote win condition, and like you have like the information of like who's in charge of the court case. Like you guys have figured out your own win condition. So I mean, like that's the purpose of this area. So yeah, we can go and jump to
We won.
which
Vinna,
there was-
vinna,
which
chicken
there
dinner.
which there was a chance you guys didn't like come to that conclusion.
Yeah, we could have not, if we didn't mention that.
If
then
it was,
like,
if it
yeah,
wasn't
it's
for
just
me
saying-
saying, "Wait, he's not dead," then it would
I
have been
wouldn't have
over.
mentioned that. I would have forgotten.
Oh, I think it was
honestly.
actually
I knew
me
about
saying
it,
we should
yeah.
call him as a witness. Actually.
Who the
It
fuck
was a
are?
team effort.
Sorry.
My
Sorry, yes,
my
yes.
two
Team effort,
legal
team effort,
Point
team
is,
effort.
yeah, you guys
Oh.
managed to uncover your win condition.
They'd be like, Smooth. What? Can you teach me how to?
Which, mind you, I will say that might have been the only win condition.
Yeah, I think it would have.
I mean, I
can't
don't
imagine
see
anything
another
else.
win condition.
I don't either.
you know?
Like
Like,
I haven't really.
literally summoning, what's Aphelion and like begging for, please, we want to do
Yeah,
a deal
like-
with you, please.
All I'm saying is, if
Anyway,
you don't vote for me MVP,
so-
that would be weird.
You guys get Alexis
hate
comes out of
this
the
guy.
bag, and Alexis like sits there with his head like, huh?
Hey, bro.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello,
Alexi.
Michael. Can you sort of get the zone of truth out?
You see like frowns
I
the
s-
devil in the corner. Mm.
I start, my eyes glaze over, and I look off to where like the sun would be.
Mhm.
I start glowing slightly.
You look down.
That's it.
Oh, you guys
Alexi
don't
will
just-
explain everything in a second.
Yeah, Alexis seems to like recognize it, but he starts off by saying like, "Why is there a devil here? And why is he smiling at me like that?"
He's weird.
He is weird. We're in Devil Court.
He's a pervert.
Devil Court.
Yeah.
We're
Pocket's
in
kind
we're
of,
in the spires. How do we get to the spires?
Oh, we're in the wind swells.
Devil Court in the Windswell.
Galvera
Ah,
gave it away.
he very quickly catches on that this. Well, he very quickly catches on that it's not important at the moment.
Yeah, Galvera gave it to Aphelion, who is the leader of this place. But anyway, I've got a case for stealing you, but you are an autonomous being.
Ah, what it was, the thing that was stuck to my head for 2 weeks before you looked at me.
Yeah, I do apologize. That was my bad. I know you weren't alone, but I know how those dads can be sometimes. They are a bit much. Anyway, I want you to know, I would like to get you your body back. I think we would all like to get you your body back. We know you're righteous. We know you deserve freedom. And also we all do what's best for Kadoi. Truly, we're trying to help. We're trying to be the good guys here. And to do that, we need to get through this case.
What religion does Alexis worship?
The Order Triumphant. He's a follower of Rihdar and his religion.
Disgusting.
Did you just say that? Disgusting. Anyway, I basically just give him a little like. So this is our intentions. And basically, we might need you to lie, and so you gave us permission, or gave me permission to take you.
What if I don't lie? What's the consequence?
I'm gonna become a Dullahan. Do you know what Dullahan is?
Nothing worse than your
Asking
magic.
a Delan if he knows what a Delan is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally.
I understand what a Dullahan is very well.
I'm gonna be a
Well,
Dullahan.
if you don't lie, then I'm pretty sure Calvera will take you and use you.
And I have to give you back to him.
As soon as you say that, you see him like, I'd rather not be a possession like that.
Also,
I'm willing-
we won't
I'm willing
be
to
able
lie, but
save
we need-
Kadoi.
That's even more reason. I'm willing to lie. However, we need to make a deal between us all.
Sure.
Number one.
Yeah.
Number one, I don't think all of you are awful people. However, I am not convinced you're.
Aw.
What about me? What about me?
I'm not convinced you're all heroes like I wish to be. And while you all have replaced the knights, the Night Lords of past, you're not as bad as some of those.
You're one of the good ones.
That
We do
being
our
said,
best.
I do believe you are all right. Perhaps not worthy for the responsibility you've been given. So, for me to do this for you, number one, I do request being returned to my body, or in some form reinstated to what I once was. Body, power, whatever it needs to be. And take away what Galvera stole from me. That's number one. Number two, whenever that is the case, I require, well, I won't say being reinstated as the Fist of the Senate, as it doesn't exist, but I require being reinstated as a person of important power within the nation in order to be able to keep everyone in check. To make sure none
Sorry
of
for
you...
my car.
It's a
Sorry.
devil car.
I roll
Michael?
up in the after.
Michael's already got on like a 1-bedroom flat.
My stomach hurting.
Anyway, so I require my body, then I require to be put back in a position of power, not to serve under a senate or under any of you, but a position to be able to keep all of you in check.
Of
To make
equal
sure-
importance.
That or someone who can at least keep you in check so what's happened to me and the other Night Lords does not happen again. So if all of you
Okay.
decide to be more evil than good and lose the interest of the people of the nation, I will have the authority to be able to stop you.
Okay.
To put simply, I wish to be in a place where I can physically be the representative of the people of Godoy and keep their interest first and foremost.
Yeah, that sounds
And
good.
if you don't have their interest,
If I'm corrupted for some reason, then I would hope that those, such as yourself, if you are good, would be able to stop me.
I can stop him.
In reality, it is I keep you in check, but if something happens to me, you keep me in check.
Yeah, it's
the
like a
Batman
triumvirate.
protocol.
Dude is literally creating like America judicial, Senate, and presidential system.
A separation of powers, if you will.
So that, and thirdly,
Super
I
cool.
wish to no longer be put back in the bag. If you must put me in a cage like Ambrose did, like a canary, just disguise me as like a bird or something. I don't wish to go back in that
I
bag.
have one of those.
You do
I
have
like
one of those.
birds.
Those are my 3
Okay.
requirements, which I don't think any of them, if you are good people at heart, should be difficult to follow or agree to.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, I think that sounds good. I mean, what do you guys
I
think?
truly can't. While we're here, like once we leave the court, you are going to have to be in the bag,
I understand.
or else the trident will kill you.
I understand
Wait, question.
as long as it's something of importance to be solved.
Question. Ooh, me. Question.
Yes, Neelam.
So what do you want
your
for
name?
like Kadoy? Like end goal. Like what do you want Kadoy to turn into?
Ooh, good one.
A place of peace.
A dictatorship.
A place.
I like this. I almost said I like this guy. Okay.
A place of peace where people are accepted for who they are. In between.
That is
Where
true.
where people focus
fucking liberal.
not
I-
on
I'm not
gods.
gonna lie, I actually forgot Neelam's whole plot point of like how he didn't actually hate the other religion, so I need to like lock back in. It's been too long.
I wish a place for peace of everyone, no matter what race you are. A place where we don't worship gods as the be all do all, where people do not put their future in the hands of something that may not care about them. People take
I like this
action for
guy.
themselves.
You weren't very
To be quite
successful
frankly,
doing that
everything
when you
I'm
were the fist of
saying-
the Senate.
I was the Fist of the Senate, but that was to meet an end. This entire time, I have been chasing after the hero Rihdar. All I've just said is what he wished and what he aimed for before he, well, unfortunately, went crazy. That's what He looks around. Many of you are young, and even I was too young when it was originally like that. But that is what
7.
the nation was before Rihdar was assassinated. Yeah, I'm 7.
I don't.
Basically, what he said is like basically
Fondor goes, I don't know about that one, but
he basically has what his goal is basically what the Orbis Triumphant is, and like what Rihdar's original goal was, which is to make a peaceful land where people don't worship the Reens or the gods. They don't put their future and their fate in the hands of something that may or may not care about them. People take action for themselves. Literally, he basically just said what the Orbis Triumphant stands for, kind of.
he wants a liberal fucking utopia.
Yeah, I can accept that. That's completely reasonable. Honestly, a lot of those things were things I would like to have offered you anyway. But as equal footings, as someone who can prosecute those who can't be prosecuted, reasonable. No one should be,
I shall become.
beholden to their own laws.
And as to answer your question, there's nothing to do with the Fist of the Senate. I shall become the Fist of Credoy, or perhaps just the Fist of the people, if we wish to be more than just a nation.
The fist of the people, huh?
Okay.
Shut up, Jan.
Anyway, so that's his deal, and he says he'll happily agree to like gain up there, and like whenever he's asked questions, lie and say that he totally gave you permission to take him. He asked you to take him.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
This guy's cool. He'll lie for us.
I think that does it. Thank you. I hope we could. I wish we could have met in better circumstances, but shit happens.
The shit is that happens.
His face made such a face like if he was shrugging his shoulders, which of course he can't.
Fucking Galvera's
What
like
face are you doing?
scientist, like he's shrugging.
What is that?
What's he doing that for?
What is he doing?
Oh right. Merklatz smiles and says, "Well,
This
I
whole
suppose
time
we
his
should
hands
be."
have been moving like he's in conversation.
Yeah, Merklatz is like, all right, well, it's time for us to
Tua.
go to Devil Court.
Yeah.
Woo!
This is about to be so exciting. I'm going to marinate this victory.
I'm cringing.
All
His
right.
toupee's moving. It has a tail.
What's going to happen is you guys. Oh, we're going to keep on this map for the moment. Actually, do I need to, or do I have something?
Devil
Sorry,
court.
let me see something.
Did a devil court.
More like devil court, schmevel court.
Ooh, good one.
Devil court,
No,
schmevel
I see how those.
Dackety.
Boom boom.
Ooh.
I like that.
Yep.
All right,
You
so
ruined
Merklatz, basically, he's like, all right, you all are going to be teleported. I shall see you later.
Wait, what? Later? You're not coming to court with us?
Oh, I am, but you're going to, all of you are going to the jury office first to talk to VL, and she's going to explain the jury business.
Oh,
Is it
okay.
okay
As I
for me
mentioned
to be
earlier.
there?
You'll go there. You won't be part of the jury, but you'll be going there first, just to see what's going on. I mean,
Wait, are we part of the jury?
yes, you're going to be part of the jury.
Aren't we biased?
He shrugs and says, once again,
Oh,
it'll be described by VL once you get there.
Oh, my
Hawkins,
bad,
you will
guys.
not become part of the jury. Whenever the jury is settled and finalized, you will be teleported to where you belong in the court,
Wait,
and they'll be teleported where they belong.
Merklatz. Is
Yes.
being undead illegal?
If
Being
it is,
what?
that's not what this case is about.
But could undead people be in the jury?
No. They have to be in the jury. They,
I know what he's thinking.
he
That's really
he
funny.
smiles and says they have to be able to like properly think for themselves and like have no. You can be biased, but you can't be
Magically
controlled by someone
biased.
else.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
like you can be mind.
enough.
If
Hey.
someone
Does
is,
it start with me?
Summoning a
there
demon
was
in
once a
fucking
very
courtroom.
famous case where someone had a lot of people mind dominated, and eventually that
that lawyer was busted for that, and you don't want to know his fate. But he was very popular until he was busted.
But
Finally just filled the jury with a bunch
Fawnde, I
of
sent you a
skeletons.
DM.
Yeah,
Oh.
let me pop it up.
he's in trouble.
What the? Mo5 hates us.
Okay. Killed
Okay.
him.
We shall be jumping to this area.
Sorry. I was
You
just
read my
checking the wall.
mind.
What's happening? What are we doing?
You guys have been teleported to what you call it?
Devil Court, the jury room.
Yeah.
Why is everything
That's
black and white?
Raphael
Ooh.
from Baldur's
Look at
Gate
him.
3.
Is it black and white?
It's Pink Boy.
Is it black and white?
Good for me.
It looks yellow.
Hold on, let me see.
I instantly tackled
maybe there's
her.
an
Wait, for some reason
issue.
I can see the edges is yellow, but like the middle of it's black.
Maybe there's an issue with your.
I can see
tokens. Let me
normally. Personally.
Maybe there's an issue with your eyes.
What do I
Okay.
I'm sorry.
laugh at him?
I can see what
Okay.
your vision setting is, but I don't know how the fuck any of these settings work nowadays. I'll prototype.
Oh wait, it fixed it. Whatever you just did.
It was me.
Epic.
Okay.
I can see in color now.
All right, you guys are teleporting to a room. Right away, you see a bunch of like those peasants who are like in black and white, who are very sour and dour. You see various devils, some really small and like grimy looking, some pretty tall and pretty good looking. You see a couple of children here and there. Basically, just a bunch of people and yourselves. And you see a woman who looks just like the other ones you saw. Purple skin, small spiraling horns. But this one, her pupils are that of a goat eyes.
But they already had rectangle eyes.
Oh, there's
so they
obviously,
have, like, platonic squares.
obviously there's like
Square
four
eyes
different
would be
people.
like frogs.
The next one's gonna have a fucking 4-dimensional tesseract as eyes. The joke is.
So anyway, so this one's clearly a different one of sorts. And she gets up and says, "Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to jury duty, excluding the defender, Hawkins. Let's see.
That's my king.
Oh my god! Punches him in the foot.
Excluding the defender, Hawkins.
Awesome.
I will be describing the Devil Court jury process for those who don't understand. Firstly,
Thanks.
no one here is exempt from jury duty besides the defender. It does not matter how biased you are. Everyone here will be a jury member. However, if a jury member chooses the wrong verdict, you will also face a punishment.
Wait,
Raises
what?
my hand.
Uh,
Raises my hand.
she looks at you. Is it important?
What about celestial beings?
Yeah. What are you asking?
Can they also be jury?
Yes. Why would
Okay.
it not be?
I don't know.
Discrimination.
Okay.
Well,
No matter how biased you are of any sort, you all here will be part of the jury. The way jury works in Devil Court is two ways. There are two different juries. There's one jury who believes the defender, Hawkins, is guilty. There's another jury who believes the defender, Hawkins, is not guilty.
One of them is an imposter.
I will now tell
Equilibrium.
you the information of the case. And she goes through the process of like high-level devil, blah, blah, eyewitness. Basically the same thing at the auction where it's like very obvious this is like a case you're going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
But she like gives the information. It is now time for all jurors to choose if Hawkins is guilty or not guilty. Be sure to choose wisely, because if you choose the wrong side, if you choose the verdict that is not chosen, you'll also be punished.
wait, can you say that again, but
Which
slower?
side is not guilty?
Yes, let me give an example. Let's say defender Hawkins is found not guilty. Everyone who is on the guilty jury who thought he would be found guilty will be punished for choosing the wrong verdict.
Oh, so we're trying to choose all the same verdict, but we can't talk to each other. Can we?
No, you're
talk
just trying
each
to
other?
choose the right one.
Yeah,
Yeah, but if we
basi-
all choose the same one, then it's the right one, right?
No,
Yeah, because we decide whether he's guilty or not, because we're the jury.
no.
Okay, one more time.
basically right now, you have to make a choice if you believe Hawkins is. She like literally puts a line out. If you believe Hawkins is guilty based on the information I've given you, go behind this line. If you think he's not guilty based on the information I've given you, go against the other line. She's basically making you. Basically, everyone has
And she
to choose
chose
right.
if she was guilty or not.
Well, she hasn't. Basically, everyone has to choose right now from the information she's given if he's guilty or
The
not
judge
guilty.
is going to make the decision.
The judge will make the decision.
Oh, okay.
So the
I thought
jury's-
usually the
the-
jury was the one that chose.
Yeah, that's why it's weird
That's
right now
regular.
because
Okay.
there's two juries and they're in opposition to each other. Like this right now is not deciding the case. This is just like pre-case. The jury has to decide before they even see the lawyers and the case. Anyway, right away, everyone starts going
Hurry
to
up and pick
guilty.
your side.
Guilty's
Yeah,
on the left.
What's the not guilty side?
Yeah, that side. Basically, everyone starts going to the guilty side.
Where's my big fat ass?
Over here.
ass.
Move that big fat ass over here.
So
don't
if I
see
go
me.
to the guilty side, I don't have to like. It doesn't hurt the case at all.
Not
Yeah, but
necessarily.
if I get out of it.
Yeah, but if he's not
Yeah.
guilty, then you're going to get punished.
You get punished. Which is now why you understand why Merklatz earlier on was telling you to like choose guilty when he thought he was going to lose the case. Because if you would have chosen not guilty and he lost the case, you would have been punished.
Okay,
For
I'm gonna be
choosing the
honest.
wrong side.
I really think that I'm not here.
What do you mean?
You're under me.
You're right here.
Where?
There
Oh,
you are. Right there.
who the fuck is this? Fuck you, Alan.
Obviously, you guys choose. There actually are a couple people who end up choosing your side. You see a young boy and a young girl, like a little bit younger. A young boy is like 15, and a young girl like 12, following close behind him, come over to your side.
Oh.
Thanks.
Your character's so obviously made just to die.
They smile and look at you and say, "Well, I'm quite surprised to finally see you, but I've been told by my father that the time would come, and I suppose this is now the time."
What?
Heroes?
gonna
Who's
die.
Who's your daddy?
Don't
Rudford.
say that.
He smiles and says, my father is a man who is working to save the world. He, as far as I'm aware, as far as this letter says, he like pulls a letter out of his pocket. It seems you have the same boss, or you're working under the will of the same boss. But my father, he left this letter to us about 8 years ago. He's been too busy working to save the world. We
I
haven't seen him
read
since.
their mind to see who their dad is.
Yeah, you read the mind. I'll send you the name of their father.
I have infiltrated their mind chasm.
I sent you
What's
it.
wrong with
Dude,
you?
not
Why would you
cool,
do
man.
that to children?
That's the name of their father.
That's fucking weird, dude.
As you see, the guy in the front pulls out this paper. My name is Ans Pasha, and this is my sister Val Pasha.
Pasha.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'm trying to remember a Pasha.
Might just be impossible. This letter describes you all perfectly. You are Hawkins, you're Professor Dirt, Morden, Fondar, Neelam,
Yeah, it's me.
Michael Gar, and even talks about Squire Allen over there, and Sir Basil.
Where did you
Wait,
get
does
He
this
says
mean
he
that-
says quietly. He says, "And Sir Basil."
Does this mean I would know?
Hmm?
I would. If they know me, that means I should feel like I should know their dad.
You think? He smiles and says, "Oh, you look at me like we've never met each other. It's all from the letter, the last letter our dad ever sent,
When did you get it? When
about
did he
8 years
send it?
ago. 8 years ago, before he said
We-
he had to go off on important business to save the world, and he would be gone for a while. And he said, he literally like looks at the letter. The letter describes all of you and says, one day, in the future, I will find all of you, and I should put my trust in you. As all of you are also heroes trying to save the world and follow the same will of his master, his boss.
That was a mistake.
What was his name?
Rudford Pasha. Or Pasha, sorry. Rudford Pasha.
Rudford Pasha. Who's he
You
working
can have the
for?
letter if you'd like. Just please don't destroy it. It's the last thing we have of our
I
father.
wouldn't dare.
Who'd he work for?
I don't know. He never
Yeah,
told me
you
his
say
boss's
that.
name. He just said the boss was trying to save the world, and all of you worked for the boss too.
I try to like history check this or something, or like
Is there a role for all of us to do?
Yeah, I mean, what are you just trying to history
I'm
off the
trying to
top of your
figure out
head?
if
Or?
if I've heard the name just ever.
Scratch
Have I
is
heard
me,
the
No,
my
name
brain.
in the
you-
last month?
In fact, no, you don't know it, Neelam. You don't have to roll for it. You don't know. That's not.
Can you write the name in chat, please?
He's
Yeah.
a time traveler.
Could I try and roll? Would I have heard?
I
the
believe
name
that's how
anyway?
it's spelled. Sir Basil just said it.
Rudford.
Thanks, Sir Basil.
Rutford.
Rudford Pusha. They said from 8 years
Wow.
ago. Was the last time they saw his dad.
Wow, thanks, Sir Basil.
Can I do
do,
a history?
do you all not believe me? I mean, it says it here in the letter. I'm not kidding. It has everything I just said to you here. It describes you perfectly. It has your
I don't think
descriptions. It
it's
has your.
that we don't believe you.
name?
We just don't know your dad.
Oh, I don't.
Or maybe we don't know him yet.
That's what I'm saying.
What do you mean by that?
Maybe the name's backwards.
This letter was given to them 8 years ago. We didn't. I didn't know you
Stop.
existed 8 years ago.
Thor.
We met like 4 months ago.
That's true. 8 years ago, I was locked inside of a chamber for. He looks down at an imaginary.
I wasn't
watch
even born yet.
for like.
He wasn't even born yet. He was born a
I
year
also
later.
wasn't even
None
born
of you
yet,
knew each
so-
other 8 years ago. Like straight up, none of you knew each other 8 years ago.
So either the dad's a time traveler.
And
Or-
doing a history check wouldn't work for me.
No, you can give me a insight. This is pretty high though.
Or
Insight.
their dad is someone we know under a different name, and he sent that letter back 8 years. Professor Dirk, can you carbon date this paper, please?
There
Fucking
is
what?
There's a document 8 years ago. There's a document you were given. Well, someone else in your party was given that you now, at some point, had the possession of. That had some responsibilities you had to follow. 8 years ago. Whenever you were in the servitude of, you had a different boss.
Oh.
Hawkins, there were 3 men, very important men.
Oh my
were
god.
together.
Yeah.
I still don't know.
Oh my.
Sorry,
It's-
guys,
it's
I gotta
the
get
three-
going. So good luck with the
We'll,
court
we'll,
case.
we'll stop in just a moment anyway, Mo5. So yeah, missing
Okay.
Yeah,
that.
it-
Yeah, I got.
It's the
Bye.
kids of the
Alright,
3
I'm going.
soldiers we killed.
Bye bye, Mo5.
The
Yeah,
kids
we'll
of
be
one of
in
the
it there.
3
We'll leave it at that.
soldiers.
As you just think about it, we'll leave it there so we don't do anything without Mo5.
Yeah.
And then I kill the kids.
And then we snap the kids' heads and we start going crazy in Devil Court, shooting everybody.
I fireball directly at my feet.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll be in the session there, though.